Imagine having the financial freedom to live life on your terms. Sounds great, doesn't it? But to achieve this, sacrifices are inevitable. The path to wealth is not a bed of roses, it's a road paved with hard choices and sacrifices. It's about prioritizing long-term goals over immediate desires. Think of it as a balancing act. On one side, you have your dreams of financial independence, a future where financial worries are a thing of the past. On the other side, you have the comforts and conveniences of your present life. The scales won't balance themselves. It's a conscious effort, a series of decisions you make every single day. You'll have to give up certain things, make tough decisions, and endure hardships. But remember, these sacrifices are not losses. They're investments. Investments into a future of financial freedom and abundance. So remember, the journey to wealth is not a sprint, but a marathon that requires endurance and strategic sacrifices. Consider this: time, the only resource you can't replenish. Yet it's often the first sacrifice on the wealth-building journey. Let's talk about Judith. Judith, a budding entrepreneur, had a vision to create an innovative tech startup. She had a 9-to-5 job, a comfortable routine, and weekends filled with leisure activities. But her vision demanded more. It demanded time. Judith decided to sacrifice her leisure time to nurture her startup. Weekends were now dedicated to brainstorming sessions, market research, and strategy meetings. Evenings after work were spent refining her business plan and networking. Her leisure time, once abundant, became a scarce commodity. Judith's sacrifice was immense, but so were the rewards. Her startup thrived, gaining recognition and investment. Her wealth grew, not just financially, but in knowledge, experience, and resilience. Time, once spent, cannot be regained. But Judith's story shows us that the sacrifice can lead to substantial wealth. Leaving one's comfort zone is a sacrifice that tests even the most determined wealth seeker. Picture this: a thriving professional enjoying a cushy corner office, a predictable paycheck, and the security of a 9-to-5 job. Let's call him Jude. Jude had an idea that he believed could change the world and create immense wealth. But it came with a caveat. He had to leave his comfort zone. Jude quit his job, waving goodbye to his stable income and comfortable routine. He entered a realm of uncertainty, dedicating his days and nights to his venture. It was a risky move, a leap of faith. Many times he questioned his decision, especially during the initial phase when success seemed like a distant dream. But Jude soldiered on, fueled by his unwavering belief in his idea. His sacrifice paid off, his venture took off, and he amassed wealth beyond his wildest dreams. Jude's story underscores a vital truth. Comfort is a beautiful cage, but to grow wealth, one must dare to step out. In the pursuit of wealth, one often needs to make the sacrifice of curbing their spending habits. Consider the story of Matt, an ordinary guy with a fondness for the finer things in life. He was living paycheck to paycheck, always chasing the latest trends and indulging in lavish dinners. One day, Matt had an epiphany. He realized that his extravagant lifestyle was preventing him from accumulating wealth. So he decided to make a change. He started by reducing unnecessary expenses, like his daily gourmet coffee and weekly designer purchases. Instead of dining out, he learned to prepare meals at home. He saved and invested the money he used to squander. Fast forward a few years, and the benefits of Matt's spending sacrifice were clear. His investments had grown, and he had a substantial nest egg. His story illustrates the power of spending sacrifices. Remember, it's not about how much you earn, but how much you save and invest that leads to wealth. Sacrificing social time can be hard, but it's often necessary on the path to wealth. Consider the case of Victoria, a successful tech entrepreneur. In her early 20s, while her friends were out partying, Victoria was at home developing her business plan and learning to code. She missed out on numerous parties, trips, and social gatherings. Victoria often felt the tug of FOMO, fear of missing out. But she knew that every hour spent socializing was an hour she could have used to build her dream. She traded late nights out for late nights in, honing her skills and developing her business. Over time, her hard work paid off. Her company is now a leading player in the tech industry, and she has the financial freedom she always dreamt of. Sometimes the road to wealth can be a lonely one, but the destination makes it worthwhile. Burning the midnight oil, sacrificing sleep, is a common story among wealth builders. Let's take a look at the journey of Thomas Edison, A man of immense creativity and innovation, Edison was known to work into the wee hours of the night, often only getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep. His relentless pursuit of his dreams led to inventions that revolutionized the world. Edison's story is a testament to the power of sleep sacrifice. He chose to trade his bedtime hours for extra work hours, pushing the boundaries of his physical limits. This, however, is not an endorsement to neglect sleep entirely. It's about understanding that sometimes, in order to achieve something great, you might need to work harder and longer than others. It's not about completely giving up sleep, but about making the most of your awake hours. Remember, sleep is crucial for our health and well-being. Sacrificing sleep can be tough, but remember, dreams don't work unless you do. We've walked through some significant sacrifices that individuals make in their quest for wealth. Let's take a moment to recap, to truly understand the importance of each sacrifice in this wealth-building journey. We started with the time sacrifice, a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of wealth accumulation. It's about understanding that time is the most precious commodity we have. The path to wealth often involves investing time into ventures that may not pay off immediately, but have the potential for significant long-term gains. Then we talked about the comfort sacrifice. Stepping out of our comfort zones is a vital part of achieving greater wealth. This involves taking risks, trying new things, and embracing the possibility of failure. It's often said that comfort is the enemy of progress. Next, we explored the spending sacrifice. This is about understanding the difference between wants and needs and prioritizing the latter. Building wealth often means cutting back on non-essential spending, investing instead in assets that grow in value over time. Moving on to social sacrifice. The journey to wealth can sometimes be a lonely one. It might mean less time for socializing, for parties, for the usual fun stuff. But remember, this is not about isolating yourself. It's about choosing associations that align with your goals. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who push you towards greatness. Lastly, we discussed the sleep sacrifice. Building wealth can mean burning the midnight oil, working while others sleep, and sacrificing rest. But let's be clear, this isn't about neglecting health. It's about maximizing productivity, about finding those extra hours in the day to focus on your goals. Each of these sacrifices, time, comfort, spending, social, and sleep, plays a unique role in the wealth-building journey. It's important to remember that these sacrifices are not about deprivation. They're about making intentional choices, about prioritizing long-term gains over short-term pleasures. But let's not forget, the path to wealth is not a one-size-fits-all journey. What works for one person may not work for another. You need to find the right balance that works for you, understand your limits, and push them just a bit further each day. It's a journey of self-discovery as much as it's a journey towards financial freedom. The sacrifices we've discussed today are not easy. They require a shift in mindset, a willingness to step out of comfort zones, a commitment to long-term goals. But remember, every journey begins with a single step, and every sacrifice brings you one step closer to your goal. Remember, wealth building is a journey filled with sacrifices, but with determination and resilience, the rewards can be immense. After all, the path to wealth is rarely a comfortable one.